So
Cool.
when it comes to
Thank you.
today, we do expect that by the end of this, you will be able to identify your biggest communication challenge that you have right now. Hopefully, we will actually be solving that funnel throughout creative support and through some knowledge inputs that I've shared with you. You will be able to choose the right channel for a message, audience, and goal. Apply 2026 marketing principles. Some things have changed, and you can see things changing. And you can also, through what I will be presenting, will find out what is there for the future. We can definitely see some things going on and what we'll be using more and more. We'll also co-create solutions with peers working on some in similar context, and hopefully leave with a small communication experiment to test. Um, this is hopefully going to be something that you will be able to do in the next 2 weeks or a month, and be able to kind of progress and take this step by step. Um,
Helena, me again. Sorry, could you put the screen, the presentation bigger? Because we only see, like, this is perfect. Yeah, it looks
okay,
much
so
better.
you don't
Thank
see,
you.
okay,
Now it's perfect.
because all good, all good. So when it comes to you heard from Jochen, you heard from me, and now it's definitely time to hear from you. So I don't want to ask you to just tell us who you are. I want you to present yourself as a social media post, or a social media post about yourself, who you are or your organization. What would the post look like? A real carousel, LinkedIn post, TikToks? Which channel would you use? What action would you want people to take? I would ask Manuela, please, to actually put a link to the Padlet in. I hope that you can see the Padlet now. Okay, thank you, Manuela. So this is a Padlet, and this is the first. Present yourself as a social media post. I will show you quickly how to actually use it. This is how to do it. Post content and channel and why. Who are you, your organization? What would the post look like? Which channel would you choose and why? What action would you want people to take? Posting on Padlet, it just takes here plus. You add title, you add photo, you add some of the photos that you can find online, gifs or anything else, as I did, and put a post underneath. I'm going to give you 3 minutes for this. So don't overthink. In social media, or in any posting, any kind of content, we sometimes don't post because we think it needs to be perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be genuine. So let's see those genuine posts that you can do about yourself. Let us know who you are, what organization you work, and tell us which channel would you post this on, and how visuals would look like, or choose the visual. Just 3 to 4 minutes. Joaquin and Manuela also, like, feel free to add your posts. Again, it can be a personal post. Hopefully it's going to be personal because we want to know who you are, but organizations are a really big part
I
of
am
who you
doing
are.
it.
Great, thank you. So let's see that again. Do not overthink. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Anything. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, okay. We have more. We have more. Okay. Mm. Okay. Great. So, thank you, everyone. I'm not going to engage on the final kind of presentation from Maggie. Thank you, everyone, for posting. But did you, I mean, all of your posts were actually really good. What enabled me, what they did is they made me want to interact, which I actually did. And this is something that we don't do. And this is something that we should be doing all the time because this is what counts. This is how you actually create community. This is how you connect. But also, this is something that social media is tracking now. So it's not about the shares, it's not about the follows, it's mainly about interactions. And I will talk more about this. So the main purpose, one of the main purposes of any post should be potential interaction with sharing just a snippet of who you are and an interesting photo, or with sharing some personal stuff about yourself, which enables other people to also share some things personal, with sharing what you're about and who you are when it comes to your background and organization, and maybe engaging more people, or when it comes to really welcoming someone into community and then asking a really call to action. The Thursdays are call to action there, so you definitely have someone that you could engage. And then also the one that I didn't post interacted, but really good ones, really sends me, after this, I want to go to the TikTok. I want to check you out. I want to see what you're doing. So all of those posts do engage and make the audience interact, but in a different way. So just a quick one, and I don't have a pool for that or anything else. How many of you actually interact like I did now when you see a good post? And not just like, I'm not talking about liking. I'm talking about commenting, answering, engaging in conversation. Anyone that does that regularly. Okay, Margit, great. I'm not, oh, and Manuela, so. Okay.
So.
And Johan, so, okay. So, but this is the thing that you actually need to do. Anyways, let's go back and you'll hear more about this soon. Before we go forward into the content, I really would like you to kind of go back to the Padlet and think about the challenges that you have. There is a poll on the Padlet, and what are the biggest challenges you're currently having when it comes to communication and social media and actually sharing your story. Maybe this is reaching new audience. You can vote in the poll, reaching new audience, getting real engagement, simplifying complex messages, creating content consistently. But I would like you to comment here and be really specific about the challenge. Think about a week or 2 or 3 weeks ago or a month ago. What was the challenge that you had? Be specific. Again, do not overthink. First, second thing that comes into your mind. What is the biggest struggle that you're currently having? Again, you can vote, but you can also leave the more specific comment about this. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, Maggie, that is hard thing to do, but it's all about making a decision at the end. Yeah, you will need to decide and kind of prepare your content and everything else. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, so reaching teenagers, and I will talk also about this because there are some shifts, there are some changes around social media bans and everything that's going on, and we will have to be really creative. Okay, great. So hopefully at the end you will do a bit of peer-to-peer sharing and kind of work on solving these challenges. If you think about any other challenge throughout this session, please add it in, because this is what we will be working on in groups later on. Okay, so after doing this beginner kind of the beginning kind of intro, we'll go to the content of this kind of title that we have. I'm going to start with saying that social media has changed. So you could post before, followers see it, followers like it, followers share it. New model is not like this. And algorithms before worked differently. New algorithms work in that you put the post, they do algorithm tests, they see audience reaction. If the audience reacts really well, they distribute it widely. If the audience doesn't react, and I'm talking about views, I'm talking about all the other bits and pieces, interactions and everything, they will not even share it that hard. So it's all about the interaction. It's not the same as it was before, and the algorithms are new. So we have to adjust here. Platforms reward watch time. If you put a 30-second video, if someone watches 10, they measure it's 10 and not 30. Reading time. If you put a post, how long someone reads it actually, like how long does someone stay in your text or anything else. Meaningful engagement, as I mentioned, I like typing and talking and interacting in this kind of way. Saves and shares, yes, more than likes and conversation. So this is what they actually test this out, and this is how they decide whether they will kind of do the wider distribution of your post or not. Meaning that your post can go out even outside of your followers or audience or anything else. This is a new thing. This is a sometimes something that is hard to kind of do, but at the same time, it gives you, if it's the right content, it gives you the right distribution. I will talk more about how to actually get there through tracking and measuring. And I think that someone mentioned, it's you have a lot of challenge. The capacity is not there. It is really hard to actually kind of do all of those things that you need to do and analyze to be able to kind of achieve this. But I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to do this, and you'll see that sometimes it's better to kind of look at it from the way of analyzing the data and not posting so much than it is to posting all the time, and not kind of engaging in this kind of way. The algorithm rule. Content gets shown more when people stop scrolling and look at it. People stay longer when they read or anything else, or when they watch a video. People comment meaningfully. People share or save. Content that gets reduced when people scroll quickly through what you're trying to just pass it by. It looks spammy. It triggers reports, which again, those two you can really be careful about. It looks overly promotional. So you cannot do any of those four things. And I do think that number 2, 3, and 4 are easy to kind of avoid, but people scroll quickly. It's about being, interesting in the first second or less than a second, which is a really hard thing to do. Goals is that you are not just posting, that you need to be driving the engagement. And when I talk about this, it's about awareness for what you stand for, children's rights, policy and advocacy, recruitment across EU, because you already mentioned some of you are actually recruiting teenagers, how to actually get to them. Trust and credibility, because people need to trust you. You are the ones behind all of this. You're working with young people, so people need to trust you. Every post must support one of these. So depending on what you do, every single post needs to have a purpose. It's not good to post for the post itself. Yes, continuity is something that is good, but make sure that when you post, that post has the meaning. Define 4 core pillars. So what is going to be something that you would be underlying everything that you do? Is this going to be children's rights, actions, education through music, impact and success stories, recruitment, alumni, training, value, and insight? So anything that you post should be under those 4 pillars. And of course, those 4 pillars can be different according to the organization that you're actually working with. But it's not, if you look at it, it's not so broad then. You have 4 types of content and 4 pillars that you are actually catering to. That kind of prevents you to post too much, because we even don't feel it. You post a lot and then you go back to your social media channel and you see that you post the one thing only, or you post or you just share. So you feel like you're posting a lot about everything, but when you go back, it's all the same information. It's all similar content that is not engaging. So make sure that you decide on the pillars, and it doesn't have to be only, it can be maximum 4, I would say, but it doesn't have to be 4 altogether. It can be 2 or 3. And if it's not under those pillars, do not publish it. And tip number 1, here it comes, that it's all about the content. It's all about the why. So why are you actually posting it? Are you posting because it's time to post, or are you posting it because there is some information you want to share, or there is something that you want to say? Are we only telling people something, or are we inviting them into something? And when I say inviting them into something, means inviting them into communities. Communities are made of people with, similar values, similar agendas, similar support, or anything else. So communities are connected in any kind of way. And that can be a community of different types of people with different roles within that community. But if this is something that invites that community to interact, this is something that you should be posting on. So ask a question, which you great did in that interaction at the beginning. Invite a comment, share a voice, ask people to vote on priorities, do a poll, turn followers into contributors. Share, let them additionally add some things. So make them do this. So this is the first bit. For every post, you should ask why. I mean, this is something that you probably heard a lot, but this is we're going back to that. When it comes to platform roles, LinkedIn, main role of LinkedIn, recruitment, B2B, and I'm talking about fundraising, doing organizations or anything else, showcasing training or recruitment for training, and sales if you have a product or a service to sell. Instagram, awareness and younger audience. Facebook, community groups, alumni, and you have to know here that Facebook, depending on a country, of course, has a certain audience engaged. So we are looking at not so much younger engagement. We are looking at a bit older population, but this really depends on from country to country and how popular specific countries are for certain platforms. YouTube Shorts are something that's really picking up now, specifically because of TikTok and the model and kind of the whole shorter videos and everything. But YouTube is there not only for those shorts that would probably engage more young people, but they are there for showcasing a long-term impact. So you invest in YouTube, you invest and you post until it gets a bigger engagement. Again, on YouTube, maybe you cannot do as many mistakes and testing, because to produce a really good thing for YouTube, you need to have time, but with the shorts that can work. TikTok, mainly for young audience, and mainly video content. I didn't add any kind of description here, but when it comes to TikTok, you can really post a lot and then see that one of those videos will take off, and that is your formula for going forward. Each platform has a different job. You're not going to be posting similar things on LinkedIn that you post on Instagram, that you post on Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok. At least the content can be similar, but the text and everything following that should be different, because you're not achieving the same goal. When it comes to LinkedIn, and Johan did say that mainly on LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is also my personal favorite. It's not like any of those are, but you mainly are looking at specific target audience and specific content that you're posting there. So best is for recruitment. Some younger adults, I would say, that are starting their careers and want to engage in volunteering and everything else, or in some kind of project. It's great for fundraising. Most of the funders, but also potential sponsors are there. So it's easy to kind of get with the research and everything else, to the decision maker. Professional credibility, you build that, you showcase yourself as a thought leader. And I could talk about X. X was mainly about, but again, I don't think in countries there is, depending if you use X or not, I didn't mention before, but it's mainly for thought leadership or expressing your opinions or something like that. So this is something, I don't know if you're using, would work there. Potential form of partnerships, if you're doing a consortium or anything else, or if you're finding someone to be a partner, I do feel that partnerships through LinkedIn is the best thing to do. If your CEO could position themselves as thought leaders and kind of lead this through a following on LinkedIn, is there's more and more people following those who actually produce that content, and you can read some specific and useful things. LinkedIn rewards dwell time, so long posts are good because reading time takes, and long posts when you add value to those people. Real conversations, professional insights, and strong hooks. I would say that what's not mentioned here is LinkedIn messaging. In my opinion, LinkedIn is the best way to actually get introduced or find people or connect with people that you really specifically need or you identify that you need, because you have all big networks that you can see who is connected to who, and it's kind of easier to get to those specific people, and building a purposeful network with those kind of things actually work there really, really well. um, LinkedIn reach usually feels low. So, and it's mainly, again, we should be doing a lot more A/B testing and looking at what posts actually generate more traction and which don't. But weak opening lines, posts that look promotional, no conversation trigger. Conversation is everything. There are some, I'm looking at a friend of mine, and she's really sharing genuine things, and he has more than 200, 300 interactions, and it's all about being really genuine. And being really genuine usually says no AI, but that it's not always the case. But it's posting about everything that struck you, everything that you feel triggered by, because a lot of people can identify with the same things. um, Long text blogs, again, long text is good, but not hugely long. Generic announcements, we all do announcements. There are so many announcements on LinkedIn. um, I saw more and more personal sharing on LinkedIn, and when it comes to personal sharing, is personal sharing that connect with your work. It's not personal sharing for personal sharing per se, but let's say um, different things about work-life balance, how it works for you personally, some of the things that happen to you. So that's kind of within the work environment. It's okay to kind of share, and people do react really well. Um, LinkedIn post structure that works: line 1 to 2 pattern, interrupt, short paragraphs, clear insight, one focus CTA, one question, one next step, or whatever it is. Example hook, and this is the hook, and kind of a lot of them use. So be really, try to be different, I would say. So don't, like, most NGOs struggle with recruitment for one reason. What is your experience? This is a really usual trigger that sometimes works, sometimes don't. But it's all about you being really creative in what you do. So that's all that I'm gonna say. When it comes to LinkedIn fixed plan, I would say that each of you should test it out. LinkedIn is usually connected to our personal accounts, and we do promote LinkedIn in a personal way, but there is a business and organization accounts too. So I would say that, try to post one lesson learned, one document carousel with a lot of content and everything else in one short video, and actually see how it works. I would also say your teams should interact. I know it's sometimes people say, like, oh, please like, please share, please do this. And there are a lot of people that on their personal account do not interact. I am actually one of them. And the most out of me you'll get probably a like or a recommendation or something like that. And as I mentioned there, I haven't posted for 6 years on my personal account. So it is about me being shy or anything else. But if I was, presenting an organization, if this was something that I needed to do, we all need to do what's out of our comfort zone, and this is what we need to do in today's work world, because it works. What really works for me in LinkedIn, and don't think I use it quite a lot, is direct messaging, is finding a sponsor, it's finding a funder, it's finding someone that I need to talk to that is not info at, that is a specific real person that I can get connected to and I can get a meeting face to face to. What really enabled me this, it enabled me, um, getting to, I'm currently working on this kind of sponsorship for female entrepreneurship, and I just looked in my network, who's connected to which bank. I shared two of those specific messages. I got connected with a person, and that person was a bit of a decision maker there, and I'm now in the process of nailing this out. And it was, trust me, 3 steps. It wasn't 30 emails at info at or whatever that is. I really got specifically to that person. It takes also a lot, stepping out of your comfort zone and asking someone to do an introduction through messaging. But for me, it's easier than doing a public announcement or anything else. But it kind of really works. So the main thing is when it comes to LinkedIn is becoming more important for credibility and advocacy. So you can use LinkedIn for policy asks, partnership visibility, and this also works really because we found for the organization I'm working on a lot of partners through this, really good partners. Impact stories with CSR, with ESG. People want to know what's happening. They want to see what are the good organizations that they can be in line with because they align with their values and they can potentially sponsor. What better way to find them than on LinkedIn because they are on LinkedIn? Event outcomes, thought leadership, youth voices in a more professional format. And when I say in a more professional format, you would be talking about skills that you are actually sharing, their voice, what matters to them. You will be showcasing their stories, but in a way that kind of fits this LinkedIn environment. Instagram. So when it comes to Instagram, of course, young people, but the main thing is here awareness. You can do a lot of recruitment there, but Instagram now is Reels first. So this is something that young people kind of consume. It's algorithm based, meaning again that they test the post and see how engagement comes and then decide whether this is going to be a wider share or not. Really sensitive to political framing. So you really have to be careful there, not to be overly political because that kind of cannot go well. Best format, short educational reels. People also want to see. They want to see on LinkedIn. They want to learn something. It's not only about sharing this kind of awareness bit. Myth busting series, inspiring, motivational, day in day live content that really well works. Program highlights. So maybe if you're doing, I don't know, a 5-day training, maybe they can be a day in the live content of every single day in the content of every single participant. That's something that would be engaging and that is personal to every participant. So you could really engage those people that you have there to actually produce that content for you. Real formula, if you're doing a reel, 0 to 3 seconds, strong hook. If you don't have that strong hook in the first, I would even say 1 or 2 seconds, people are not going to stay and watch it. They will just scroll. Middle, clear value, straight away you hook them, then you present the value, and then end call to action. Hook 3 things people misunderstood about children's rights, and you maybe people are interested in what this is, and then you give them the answer. Then you ask, share this to spread awareness, which is a call to action. Again, really usual one, but I would say be creative. And I would say be creative in every single post and see what actually works for you. And I will talk about this after I finish this kind of bit about social media channels. Facebook strategy, community groups. You probably have a lot of people on Facebook. You know that the age is not, maybe if you're looking for young people, something that you would, but there are organizations that could work with young people that could share this to young people and everything else. Alumni that you have before, some testimonials to share, event promotional, local recruitment. You know that Reels, like YouTube Reels and those things also work really well on Facebook, and people do kind of consume them quite a lot. And focus on community or virality for sure, because Facebook is really about the community. So people who you have there are going to support you quite well. So try to give the community the value and make them engaged. YouTube, cultural impact authority, discoverability. This is, as I mentioned, it's investment. YouTube is an investment for the future, and this is something that you can do in different ways. YouTube rewards watch time, audience retention, consistency, topic clarity, and returning viewers. For music-based NGOs, this is a huge opportunity. You can do shorts. You can do it in different layers. You can do shorts, really short clips from the songs, some lyrics that actually work or motivate, emotional highlights, why this song matters clips. It's about reaching new audience because those shorts will go really broad and people, again, if we are true to ourselves, not a lot of people actually watch more than 60 seconds of video, and this is a lot. And then you have longer videos, which are full music videos, and I think you're lucky here because it's music videos, and this is something that people are still really watching and engaging. Specifically, because it's different, it's unusual. The song is good, so you're not just watching, you're actually listening the lyrics, listening to the song, and being something. So this is a really great investment. But you know that this is really investment. It takes time to produce a video. You cannot produce one video per week or one video per month, depends on what you're doing and everything. But this is something that you should invest in, because in the long run it will actually work for you really, really well. And then the behind the scenes, behind the song, it's always great to have an explanation video. It says 5 to 10 minutes. I would mean to 5, 10. It's quite a lot, but maybe someone wants to show this as an education or anything else, or you can do a mini documentaries from workshop. If you're catering young people, I can assure you that they are skipping or making things faster. So shorter is better than long. I would 100% say. Webinars, educational content. Yes, it's also good for YouTube, specifically if you're using it within some of the learning content that you actually are producing. When it comes to the webinars, educational content, always kind of divide in multiple, shorter things, because again, longer things don't work. And I don't know if you have experience with e-learning or anything else. Again, you're looking at videos that is maximum 3 to 5 minutes long, and then you're looking at additional explanation or some additional quiz or anything else, because people don't tend to spend time watching those videos that long, because the focus is not perfect at this point. Tip number 3, short form videos is really still powerful. So we're still there. What we're all, I think, kind of something that we all kind of struggle. It's not perfect, so I'm not going to post. You should post. Authenticity beats perfection. It doesn't have to have a perfect background. It doesn't have to have a perfect anything. It's more about being authentic and showcasing what you're all about than being perfect. People will it's the same with TikTok, I would say, and I didn't include TikTok here. Authenticity beats perfection. If you're authentic there, and if you post short, really authentic videos that actually showcase your values, who you are, how you engage, what your youth voice means, what their opinion is, you could really shift things. And again, with the next bits I'm going to be explaining is more about tracking the data and seeing what works, what doesn't. This is something that we should all be doing more, because it would show us what type of videos and what type of posts actually perform better. And if they perform better, we should only use and do those kind of stuff. So it's all about measuring this. Simple video formula for advocacy: problem, human, example, why it matters, what can you do. So this is it. And I think I don't know, Johan. For me, it's okay for to share this presentation, so I'm not gonna really go through details in everything. Frequency, consistency is good. I aim to maintain a regular posting schedule. I would say if you aim to if it's once a week, it's once a week. But then make sure that you're not just posting any content because you have to post. Make sure that you really, it's all about the preparation. Maybe you think you don't have to have something to post about. I am sure that you do. But if you prepared and you have a preparation of really impactful, authentic posts, prepare. If you prepare, it's going to enable you to kind of use the capacity that you have in a better way when it comes to people, and be more consistent. So make sure that you do that, and rather put yourself a goal of once a week than, I'm going to post 3 times a week and then you don't post anything for 3 weeks. So try to find the balance here. Quality over quantity. No one says that you have to post every single day. So please don't, if it's not in line with what your strategy is. Test and analyze. I'll talk more about this. Industry standards, they're industry standards. Look what works for others. This is also something that you should be researching and see if that those type of posts work for others. Let me try to do similar like this and see if it works for me. So this is what you should be doing. And I do think that with the low capacity in NGO sector, with not big teams, with a lot of marketing focused and everything else, we kind of put marketing always at the end. I'll do that last. And you shouldn't be doing that. It's better to post purposefully, authentically, with again, quality over quantity, but post in a way that actually matters, and you actually drive the interaction. And how to do that, I would say that again, avoiding overwhelming your audience with too many posts, that's also not good. So find a balance. Audience preferences and behavior behind any social media is metrics. How many of you actually track metrics in social media posts? Okay, 1, 2. Any kind of, maybe to share in what way? How do you do that? How do you track metrics?
Well,
You mean
for
track?
us, oh, I'm sorry.
No, please.
For us, we actually need it for our reporting. So the numbers basically are gender, age, where viewers are coming from. I think that's mainly it, and of course engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when you track engagement, do you learn from it? When I say track, do you mean like you track engagement? You see that one post is performing twice as better as the other one. Do you
Yeah.
learn and then do only the posts that actually drive engagement?
Yeah, so I'm quite aware of why posts are doing better and what we
Mm-hmm.
have to do, but it's
Great.
mostly a resource question. But yeah.
Yes, it always is. It
Yeah,
mainly
of
is
course.
always it always is a resource
Yeah.
question. So I would say that try, every 2 months, if you cannot do it, regularly, or 3 months, try to look back in the posts that you post. Try to learn from those last 2 to 3 months. Try to see what worked better and only focus on putting your resource in that things that works for the next 2 or 3 months, and then measure again. It's not something that, because of the research or anything else, you're not going to be doing regularly, but it doesn't mean that you should not be doing it. So metrics that matter: track reach, dwell time or reading time, comments quality, shares and saves, you can track that, applications. So someone that, if you're posting something, how many actually steps on, or how many links went through to the website, how many applications from certain posts or anything else, you can definitely measure that. You need to engage the application, the website visits and everything else. So you can get to those numbers really quick. Training conversions, the same with the training or applications. So cross-platform trends, maybe just to say really quick that videos dominates attention, and that authenticity, performance, Polish marketing, employee team advocacy increases reach. AI tools are now standard workflow tools, and I will talk about this. Engagement that matters more than impressions. Visibility to satisfaction is the shift. And I would say that if you want to if you even don't have time to do an back view every 2 to 3 months, I would say that do the A/B testing. If you're posting one post about the same thing, post 2 or 3 or 4 at the same time, and try to do different content format, different visuals, different calls to action, and see which one works better. And if then you measure which one works better, then you do those. So you can do small tracks and really quickly do that, and then invest or money if you're investing money in paying the ads, or not, to be able to do that. So if you cannot do it regularly, whenever you put a post, whenever you can, put A/B testing and do different visuals and see which one performs better. It's sometimes about the font, it's sometimes about the visual, it's sometimes about the color, it's sometimes about the what's on the written on the photo or reel or anything else. So test it out. So make sure that you have 2 different ones and see which one performs better. And if that one performs better, which one does, then do post in a similar way, or put money behind the post that actually performed better at the beginning. I would say that it depends really, and you can have different messaging that you think it would work, but test it out. That is something that you should definitely invest the resources on, and analyze the results, and again implement the learnings as I mentioned. There are tools for A/B testing. There are tools for scheduling on social media, and this is something that I would definitely invite you to kind of engage in. When it comes to tools, I do think that if you prepare the content, and with the AI today, it's not that hard to do that, and that content is meaningful, authentic, and everything else, and then you schedule it to come really regularly, like once a week, that would work. Within that tools, there are some tools for A/B testing. Some of the new tools and what things are shifting to is LinkedIn messaging. We're talking about direct messaging. New tools that I just I'm looking into is one of them is HeyReach, and this is not the only LinkedIn messaging tool. What it does, it enables you to actually direct message a lot of people, specific people that you need for a specific thing across LinkedIn. And with their performance, they say they have 26% success rate in people reaching back, which is actually a huge percent. It's better than email marketing. And we're talking about social media and promotion and marketing and communication. Email still works, but that email should be sent not always at info at, it should be sent to the person behind that email. And this is what actually, for me, when I look at it, for me, when I compare what actually you can get better and you can get some kind of reaction, it is always email. Without email, I don't think that for me currently 50% of things that I'm doing would actually work. But I didn't test yet HeyReach. I do think that they have a freemium part, so I would say that you could actually test it out. Really quickly, using AI in marketing. You can use it in a lot of ways. Make sure that it's authentic. AI, what it does, it writes everything in a similar language. It adds similar, emojis. But it's all about the right prompts and right structure. Do not post without reading. And it might look perfect. It's perfect post. I should read it. I should put it, but it's not authentic to you or your channel. Just change it. Change the style of writing. Change everything, and make AI learn the way that you want it to suit, with right prompts, right structure, and everything else. And make strategy. It's always good to make strategy. And if you're doing visuals with AI, make sure that it says that they were done with AI. I think that fairness and transparency always works, specifically in your sector. You could use it specifically for hook improvement, clarity editing, repurposing, script writing, and everything else. And tip number 4 is connected to AI is useful, but trust in the real advantage. It gives you options, a lot of options in a really short amount of time, but do not lose authenticity because of that. Do not, just because you don't have resource or time, just copy and paste and post it. It's not, just read it once, twice, and change it a bit. Avoid fake images or of real communities. You can see that it's AI. Invented statistic, generic language using AI with sensitive personal data, replacing real voices. Do not do that. It's all about, again, what you're going through it. Yes, it helps, and you should be using it. It makes things easier. It downsizes the capacity for the marketing, but make sure that you still have what you had before. And why and what value are you bringing? I do think that, going back to the value proposition, every single organization should be able to answer in one sentence. Who do you help? Why do you help them? So we help X to do what, so that something changes. We help young people in rural communities participate in local decision making so that youth policies reflect their real needs. This is the value that you're bringing, and no one else is doing it in a way that you're doing it. That value should be something that you can communicate in one sentence, that it has to be clear. Sometimes, because we know so much about what we do and we're so passionate about it, we communicate it with hundreds of, we can talk about it and a lot. But with a lot of talking, are we actually transferring the message? So make sure that you really can, and test that message, the value that you bring. Can everyone understand what exactly are you doing, and what value are you bringing to whom, and what is the impact of that? So this is something that I do think that every single organization should know. And according to this, you should definitely put your strategies. It has everything in it: who you're talking to, how you're talking to, and everything else. Tip number 6, platform rules and youth access may change more. I don't know if you're tracking this. I do think you are. There is in a lot of countries, there is below 16 ban, and we're talking then about teenagers and everything else on social media. The next one will be UK. So 1 or 2 days ago, they announced adding the law in banning social media for below 16 years old, and this is something that's going to grow. So social media is not bad per se, but fake news, the content there, the comments that can make people, really feel bad about themselves, influence mental health and everything else. This is bad. And what we have been expecting for social media, companies to be able to kind of downsize a bit of that, it doesn't happen. It's getting worse and worse, and this is something that I do think that when it comes to trends is going to happen. So we're going to go back to newsletter websites and different ways of communication, and this is even flyers, and this is something that, depending on the age range or anyone else that you're looking at, would be something that you should be kind of focusing on, and not putting all of your what do you call apples in one basket or something like that. So use the mix: website, social media, newsletter, events, and everything else that you could, peer ambassadors for user engagement, and everything else that you could do. And we get to the final tip, and this is the tip 7. The best content connects information, community, and action. So information, what do people need to know? Community, how do you make people feel part of this? So it goes back to what you're doing, how are you helping people and what impact are you creating? And action, what can they do next to help you, to engage, to donate, whatever that is. I would say that I could give you 30-day action plan to actually go look in what happened in the last month, how many posts, or maybe 2 months, depending how often you post on every single social media channel. Go back and research, see what worked the best, and try the next 30 days only posting specific things that are authentic, they're in line with actually work best in the past couple of months, and test it out. I know it's something that, again, a lot of organizations put as least of their things and just want to be present, but being present is not enough. You actually use a lot of capacity and resource for something that is not working. So make it sure that it's actually working. So go back in the past 2 or 3 months, look what worked best, and then test it out for the next 30 days and see whether this is going to work or not. And create a plan. It's easier when you have a plan. So last 30 minutes, but it's not going to be 30 minutes. I'm going to give you. So if you remember the challenges that you started with, and with all of the things that I've said, and I hope that it was a lot of content, but again, hopefully, I know that a lot of you are actually doing the right things, and maybe you could do some things better. But it's all about if we're using, we all need this kind of communication and marketing. We all need to reach more people, whether this is for workshops, whether this is for sponsorship, whether this is for any other reason. Each of those people, each of those groups need their own strategy, need their own plan, and you should put that plan in place and try to act on it, because plans is just assumptions. Assumptions can go confirmed or not. But if you just post things and expect things to happen, and without tracking bits and pieces, you are not sure whether those assumptions are confirmed or not. You just putting a lot of resources into something that's not working. So I would advise you to do an iterative approach to marketing and really test every single thing that you do. It's better to post less and test and see what works, what doesn't, and try different things and be creative. So we have here challenges, and those challenges are here. There can be different challenges. I said be more specific or anything else. I'm going to divide you in. How many people are here? Just to double check. Maybe we could do it in 2 groups, because it's going to be 4 or 4, I think. So I'm going to divide you in 2 breakout rooms. Your first assignment is to choose one challenge from the Padlet, from the challenge wall. And I think that there is a link still there in the chat, so you can open the Padlet. I want you to discuss and decide which challenge that will be really quickly. Use 30, 40 seconds, go through the challenges and decide which one you want to solve. Maybe it's the challenge that some of you already have experience in solving, that you can share your experience or advice. Or maybe it's something that the whole group has, so you can brainstorm all together to actually kind of find out the solution for this. Discuss and be specific. So what would be solutions for the challenge? What would you do and advise anyone else having that challenge to do? Be specific again. Don't just say, oh, post more, or, track some things. Be really, really specific. What are the steps that you should take? Make maybe a plan for the next 2 weeks or something like that, or do some really specific advice. Make a list of that, and then you will present in one minute. I'm going to give you 8 minutes. So it's not about, talking about it a lot and everything else. It's really quickly trying to solve this. Let me really quickly divide you into any questions about the assignment. If not, I'm gonna do break.
Not so far.
Post. Okay, great. So again, 8 minutes on the Padlet. Look, choose a challenge as a group. Try to brainstorm or share experiences to solve it, and present that. When it comes to experiences and how to solve it, be really specific on what are the steps to take. Okay. Opening the rooms. Oh, Jochen, I don't know why you're here.
It's okay. Can you throw me into one of them, or if not, it's also okay.
I cannot. Like, can you go to breakout rooms and join some of the groups?
Maybe I can. Yeah.
Because I cannot add you in.
No, I can try. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Okay.
So. Okay, I go to that one.
Oh, I think
You're done? That's fine.
no, we're not. But
Manuela was gone, so I had to leave.
Oh, you have like another 120 seconds to finish.
Yeah, we can just
yeah,
talk here if you
Yeah,
don't
you can talk
mind.
here. You can
Yeah.
talk, of course not. Please
Okay.
continue.
Yeah. No.
yeah,
So I was saying that we still did not include the community so much, and maybe it's better to focus on the community we already have and learn from that before
yeah,
we try to find new audience.
yeah. So analyze our target group
Yeah.
would be analyze our target group. Uh, yeah. And this also communicating, like analyzing our target group, yes, is one, but
Mhm.
also communicating like efficiently and very simply what we do. Like
Yeah.
this, for example, we help to do what and to change this or that.
Yeah, but I feel like for the community you already have, you don't have to explain it so much. It's more about finding out what you can do to cater to them even more, or I don't know, to kind of service
Yeah,
them occasionally, or to stay in touch with them, um,
I
be
think
it, I don't
I
know,
think
events, whatever.
I think you're right on one hand, but on the other hand, I'm always thinking that the audience is renewing again and again all the
Mm,
time.
that's
So
true.
it's never bad. It's never a bad decision to repeat it. The repetition
Mm,
in communication, I think it's maybe a key thing to because you're gaining new audience all the time.
yeah,
So and they don't know what you're up to. So like in a way, how do you have how do you plan to communicate to your audience and still keep on communicating to your already
yeah. You have to
gained
find a
audience?
mix.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm,
Yeah,
all right.
those where I thought, should I publish it?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
publish it.
please.
Yeah,
Yes,
this I
please.
hear.
Yeah.
Thank you for writing it,
Uh,
Manuela.
Bitteschön.
Ah,
welcome back. Um, let's hear what it's really quick. We're not gonna be, using a lot of time. Try to summarize your work in a minute. I hope it was useful. I will let you be there for a bit longer because we had enough time, but I could see that it was more than welcome to have more than 8 minutes. So it was almost 12. I hope it was useful. So let's hear the presentations. Who's going to start? And I can say that some of you, it's not a lot of us on the call, so feel free to actually add additional advice or ask additional question or anything else to the presentation. Who's going to present first?
Um, Alexandra, do you want me to start?
Yes, please, because
Yeah,
I'm on my
because
phone and yeah, there are
yeah,
four
okay.
really loud people in my office and I had
Okay,
to step
yeah.
out.
So we don't have a presentation. I'm gonna
That's
do
all
it
good.
orally. We are actually both our organizations are in a similar situation where we have a communications officer who was doing a great job, left in January, same than us. And so the rest of the team are kind of left with the task, and so the challenges we discussed were several, like this limited outreach, especially in LinkedIn, where I feel like all my posts go to the same 5 people. It's always the same 5 or 6 people who like my post, and so I don't think it's because they particularly like my post. It just goes to them in a way, or it goes to very like a closed loop or something. And to get out of that loop, we got some good tips from you, Helena, which is this commenting, be proactive. And one idea, I don't know if it works, could be that you actually have a kind of a deal with 5 people where for a while you really comment
Yes,
to everything they do and they do the same for you, and maybe it's a
that would be
way
great.
to get out of the loop,
Yes,
that they can count on you and you can count on them for the commenting and engagement, at least to kickstart the whole thing, right? And then you can still comment other things and other people.
yeah,
But that was just an idea. I don't know. We would probably have to test it to see if it works.
yes.
So, because I see also not even my colleagues comment on my stuff, and I don't do for them. So
I'm
this is what we
sorry.
could start with. No, I also don't do it. So it's this thing
But
of
after
also,
Helena's consultation, I will.
yeah, I can count on you. You can count on me. Good. That was one thing. We talked about Buffer and Hootsuite.
Hootsuite.
Never used
yeah,
it. Yeah, to schedule posts. I
yeah.
don't know. I'm sure Rosa used it before. I
Yeah.
have to try it out.
Depending on the number of posts and everything that you do, it can actually be free. And a
Yeah.
lot of those, I know that a lot of you are working in non-for-profit sectors, and a lot of tools actually are free for non-for-profit. So you just have to
Yeah.
kind of adjust and adapt and ask them to give you the. But yes, it works mainly because you prepare, and maybe it's not going to be 3 months in advance, but you can maybe prepare a month in advance,
One or
and
two.
you do, yeah, and
Yeah.
then you're free. Things are going on, and you have to just engage.
Yeah. And one last thought was AI. Of course, you can, I mean, there's different, of course, tools, but ChatGPT, for example, you can create GPTs, which I have
Yes.
several GPT colleagues, kind of. One is a
Yes,
specialist in
agents.
fundraising, one is in marketing, whatever. So to actually create a LinkedIn GPT colleague, kind of, and brief that AI with, for example, the presentation of you, the tips, and to maybe also narrow it down and to ask it to write posts, of course, prompt it with what I want to post, obviously, but to brief it in the right way and to
Yeah.
write more human. I mean, sometimes even in certain other types of writing exercises, I ask it to write like a human, write like a German non-speaking person, right? And it actually does a good job in writing.
Yeah.
The ChatGPT.
I think that it does a
there
good
is
job.
maybe also a way to get help, because at the end of
Yes.
the day, it's so
100%.
much time, and we don't have time.
Yeah.
And this is the truth,
AI is definitely a yes, but I see so many people don't even read what it does, and it just copy and paste
Oh,
and
no, of
post.
course,
And I
yeah.
think that's the worst thing that people do. And you would not believe how many people actually do that. A lot of them do that.
So yeah,
I think
that's our group.
those are really great ones. Any questions or any kind of additional tips? I would say that I love, engage the idea of engaging 5 colleagues and or 10 of people to actually engage and see how it works. I do think that you test it out, and if you can see, it doesn't have to be someone that's working in the sector or anything else. Try to engage more of people, different people, and see who else engages. Again, I do think that even with AI and everything else in the preparation, I do think that we don't usually post what we feel. And the friend that I was talking about, she has multiple, and she always tells me, look, something inspired me today and I had to write a post. And those posts that inspire me in the spot, and I write them and I post them from my mobile phone or anything else, are the most ones that actually people engage in everything else, because they are so genuine. So I do think testing it out, whether that would work, maybe test different language, maybe test different bits and pieces. So see what actually works. Okay. So group
That's
number
us.
2.
Yes. Would you like to present it, Margit, or should I do it?
I mean, I can start and you can just
Yeah,
continue or whatever, or
of course.
yeah. Thank you for posting it. I'm opening it now.
So it's on the screen, so you can see.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, what we discussed first was actually the the thing we that you talked about, Helena, that we want to have reach a certain quality but also quantity, and to make that match, it's kind of hard, right?
Mhm.
But we both felt like that's that's key for the for getting real engagement as well. And then we kind of broke it down into these steps. They're not really in order, I would say, but we just tried to summarize.
Mhm.
And what we started with was basically involving your team first, like starting with the inner circle, get everyone on boats, because when everyone is involved, it's usually like there's a whole driving force that follows and helps you, even if you don't have a big team. When everyone is on board from the start, they will make it their own, I feel like. And that's the second point, having real conversations about project. Yeah, that's just basically inner circle
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
And then what I found was that whenever we start a plan that we all find kind of good, sometimes what we do is when we have the first struggle that we don't follow the plan anymore. And I think it's very
Mhm.
important to keep on following this plan for a certain amount of time. That's why we wrote X, because I mean, we're the ones to determine what is a good and
Yeah.
a bad timing for like starting over or whatever. And but stick to a plan a bit longer than it's comfortable, I feel like, and then learn from
Mhm.
what has worked, what you mentioned, and what hasn't. Yeah, maybe Manuela, you wanna join in, or
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
just keep going.
Actually, it has also to do with what Jochen mentioned and this thing about yes, AI, but also yes to having real conversations within your team. It's so important to keep authenticity. I struggle a bit with that word always. And to keeping things real, because how sometimes you find yourself, okay, I'll do it with AI and I'll do it fast and I'll do it. And that makes your post and suddenly they look like dumb AI, and it's like because you're working alone at the end. You're
Mhm.
not working with a person, real person giving you feedback and growing. And so I think that's a key thing to generate authenticity and real engagement. And also another thing that I find it really hard, I don't do it, but I see other people doing it and I'm not brave enough to go for it, is you need to post a lot, yes, and maybe at the beginning, your posts won't be good, won't be of quality, because you cannot have a quantity and quality at the same time. If you first don't fail, you will fail. You will do bad posts, and then you will get better with time and with getting
Mhm.
feedback and everything. So yeah, and talk to your community. We also think that's like a step outside of the inner circle, as Margaret
Mhm.
introduced me to. She's into the communications team, so for me it was very nice to have
Great.
this conversation with you, Margaret.
Thank you. Same goes
And
back to you.
and then analyze our target group is also
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
important. And I think that's it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, all of this, makes a complete sense. If we could all, do those steps and do it at least for a month, it really
Mhm.
like you could potentially, see what would go better. Because anyways, you're using your time, you're using capacity. Better use it in a right way. When it comes to analyzing the target group, it's so important. I think that, and someone mentioned that in the challenges, um, you have to focus on one group. You cannot cater everyone on every single social media channel, because you're not going to cater anyone.
Mm.
Hmm.
The type of language, so you cannot speak in the same language with same visual and everything else for young and old people. There is no chance that you do this. So or middle, like it really needs you need to find the focus on different according to different channels to be able to actually do this. So definitely one of
what
the biggest.
what do you suggest in this case? Because it's kind of like mandatory in our situation to cater to multiple groups, and I don't have a say in that. I just like it makes sense that we have to cater to them just because the funding demands it, you know.
Yeah.
So do you have any
I would say
insight?
that so the tips would be, you know, focusing on one group doesn't mean that you will not engage other parts of the groups. So meaning that you will have a clear, clean communication that's not going to confuse you as an organization or confuse anyone that's actually ends up on your channel. I would say the easiest thing is to actually divide, you know, divide according to, and you can also track. You can see that depending on what the age range is and who are you actually targeting. In Facebook, you might have more with older people, or on Instagram or on TikTok, you're going to be younger people. So there is no point. You know, you can post from time to time some posts that are just because you have to post them across all channels. But anyways, that shouldn't mean that you're shifting the focus on every single, you know, every single channel that you're actually focusing. So I do think that still stick to different channels, different groups, focus on the specific group. And I would say that doesn't again mean that not everyone will join. And this is something, but sometimes there is no point in posting on Instagram because, you know, the group that you're posting to is mainly on Facebook, but you still post because, you know, you have to post across all media channels because the funders expect us to do.
No, we don't have to do that, fortunately. So actually we're doing what you're saying, that every platform is for a certain target group,
and
more
that
or
should
less.
be the case.
And so okay.
And that should be the case.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. And I think that we didn't mention something that's an easy, and maybe this is something to go back to your network and look at who has the most followers. What the 10% that have the most, or 3 to 5 people that have the most followers, or have the biggest traction, or have the biggest engagement. Reach out to them and ask them to post something that or share something from you, or engage with you. So when you choose those 5 people, to look into those who already are doing it, because those who are already doing it are not going to feel uncomfortable to do it again for someone else, for things that maybe they believe in, or they want to help a friend or anything else. So use the opportunity to look at someone that has 10,000 followers, or has post that 200 people every single time engage with messaging or anything else, and ask them not only to kind of engage in yours, but also for some tips and tricks, because that also works, really works. And we don't do that enough.
True.
Yeah. So that was it from my side. Thank you so much. If there are any questions, please let me know. Jochen, you can always share my details if someone needs me, but that was it. I know that Jochen also has a pools, and I know that we have gone 3 minutes. I've gone like more than 3 minutes more, but I don't know how much, Jochen, do you have to add?
No, I just want to thank you, Helena. We were a smaller group than I thought, but that's fine. We have the presentation, which I would like to share with all the network members, and this recording. I think it's there's some really good, a lot of good tips actually, hopefully more people will benefit from it. I definitely personally did.
Me
Alexander
too.
also did. Told me that, and this is the whole point. It was really, it was smaller than I thought in terms of the group, but it was really
fine.
super useful, and we will share it. And also to you, Alexandra and Margit, whenever you see Songs for Right Stuff, please engage. Please share, like, whatever.
Comment.
Yeah.
And also, if you need our help for your organizations too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
we
same
will
goes back to you guys. So just let's keep in touch, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you,
I
everyone.
really...
For me, it was super useful. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, for me too, Helena, and I loved the interactive part.
Yeah,
it's really great to have it, and you gave great tips and tricks, but also creating the space for us to get to interact and get to know a bit better of each other by having these conversations about this specific topic is great. I found it super.
I agree.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You're such a professional. It's really cool listening to you, and you have such a great energy. Yeah.
Thank you.
Actually, because I was in a meeting yesterday about a similar topic, and I was completely underwhelmed. And today I was like, oh wow, that's what I expected for yesterday, and now I got it. I was so happy.
So great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So thank you
Thanks.
to all
You're
of
gonna
you.
make me blush. It was a pleasure.
Yeah. All right. So let's close it. Thank you so much again, Helena, and also to all of you to be there. And we will do a follow-up email with all the material, and we will be in contact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.